Hey, it's a great day in Coto de Caza, Orange County, California. I'm on our South Golf Course. Today we're going to talk about our American Coots here. Now, a flock of coots, it's called a commotion. And if you live in the eastern or western United States, you've probably seen these commotions. They magically show up in the hundreds and the thousands. They tear up your city park or your golf course, and then just like that, they're gone. So, where do these coots come from? And where do they go? Now, to start with, there's about 6 million American coots in existence. They live in Canada, throughout the United States, down to as far south as Panama. And these coots, they're migrating birds, and they spend their springs and summers up north to breed. And then in fall, they migrate to spend their winters down south. Now, not all these birds migrate. Some of them are their year-round residents. And from my experience, about 20% of the coots in Coto de Caza, they're year-round residents. And there are probably only about 200 or so of these resident birds. And they live on our South Golf Course on our 5 lakes that have reeds and marshes, because they like the protection of the reeds and the reliable and abundant food that's provided here. Now, the problem with these coots is during the heart of the migration cycle in late fall, early winter, just like overnight, we'll get another 500 or 1,000 of these guys show up, and they start tearing up our greens and our fairways. All right, so what's going on with our coots here? So the greatest number of American coots, they spend their summers in north central United States like Michigan and southern Canada. And in fall, they migrate down the central and Mississippi flyways, and they spend their winters down in southern states like Florida and the Gulf of Mexico. And the eastern United States, or the far east, there's still a few coots, not many, but they use the Atlantic flyway. But our coots here in California, Coto de Caza, they spend their summers up in Oregon, Washington, and western Canada. And that includes only about 450,000 of these 6 million birds. So really less than 10% of the whole population. Then around September, they begin migrating south along the Pacific Flyway, all the way down to Panama. But they're not very good flyers, so they need to puddle jump along the way, and they fly a few hundred miles, maybe 1,000 miles. They find a nice marshy park or a golf course. They stay a few days to fatten up and rest, and then they get on their journey once again for a total of about 3,000 miles all the way down the Pacific Flyway. Now, since they're a little bit clumsy at taking off and getting airborne, they need to leave at nighttime under the cover of darkness in order to avoid the hawks and the eagles from attacking them. So you never see these guys come, and you really never see them go. But by late October and early November, they finally arrive in Coto de Caza. And this is where you see these huge commotions alongside our golf course and alongside our lakes. Not just the marshy lakes, but also the unprotected lakes as well, because they're just here for a short stay, and they really don't want to have to live in the reeds, right? And a lot of these coots, they'll stay the winter, but others, they're just here for a few days, and then under the cover of darkness, once again, they'll take off to their next destination, only to be replaced by the next wave of coots a few days later. And this pattern continues till all the coots make it south, and then it repeats as the coots head up on their way north in spring. All right, so that's the story of our American coots. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks, bye.